going to pull the blinds across now.
I swear to God, there's bugs in the bed.
Dude, there's someone screaming over there.
Oh, it's a head.
Echoes call from hollow halls, a voice that creeps and softly crawls. Time stands still, the air is...
Camping. The word usually brings to mind peace, starlit skies, and the sound of nature whispering through the trees. But sometimes, nature whispers back. Across the world, brave adventurers and outdoor vloggers have captured the unthinkable. Encounters so chilling, so inexplicable, that they turn peaceful nights into living nightmares. From midnight intruders clawing at van doors, to lifeless figures found hanging deep in the forest, to something unseen stalking campers from the shadows. These moments weren't staged. They were real. Tonight, we count down the 6 most disturbing camping encounters ever caught on camera. Each story more unsettling than the last. Each moment, proof that, even in the wild, you're never truly alone. Let's start with a solo camper whose quiet night in Cornwall turned into a fight for safety. The channel Love Sundays documents the life of a solo traveler, Sean, embracing the freedom and challenges of van camping. The channel focuses on stealth camping and the practicalities of full-time van life. His approach is characterized by discretion and a strict leave no trace policy to ensure that he and other campers don't give the activity a bad name. His goal on this trip was to be really quiet and not make it obvious that he was staying in the van. On this particular night in Cornwall, Sean chose a spot that seemed perfect, but which required him to be extremely cautious due to local parking signs. He took precautions like not pulling his bed out, keeping his cooking discreet with the doors shut, and ensuring his van was fully blacked out from the outside. He even had his keys ready in case he needed to get up in the night.
So it says, parking for cars midnight to 9 AM, 1st of May to the 30th of September. This isn't a camper van, but it is a van. If I'm going to stay here, I'm going to have to be really quiet about it. There's another white van, exactly the same as this one, just parked further down the road. And if that can stay here tonight, then I'm pretty sure that I can, but I need to not make it obvious that I'm going to be staying in the van. So I'm going to pull the blinds across now, and then probably just get in the back and just stay back there. This will be the last bit of daylight I'll see today. Gotta come and get the camera though. Lights. There we go. It is gonna be a really hot night tonight. I mean, I'm sweating already and I've not even started cooking yet. Okay, so for tonight, here's what I'm thinking I'm gonna do. I'm not going to pull the bed out so that if I do get asked to move on or anything in the night, then I can just get up and go essentially. I'm going to cook my dinner inside the van with all the doors and windows shut because I don't really want to bring attention to myself, because if somebody walks past that lives here and they see that I'm cooking with the door open, then they're going to think that I'm probably going to be staying here overnight. But it is 7 o'clock, so I think it's time that I started cooking. So for my dinner this evening, I got some tortellini and some tomato sauce, pasta sauce. Stay hydrated. And just so nobody worries about me dying, I do have a carbon monoxide tester in the van, so if this is too much, it will go off.
All these measures were taken to ensure a peaceful night, but they would prove to be vital when his stealthy evening turned into a terrifying confrontation. The host was woken up late, around 2 AM, by something happening right outside the van. His initial reaction was to wait and listen, but the situation quickly escalated.
I just heard something outside.
Okay, I think they've gone. They literally tried to get in the van. It wasn't just a knocking, they were trying the handle. Let me check outside. My heart was pounding then. I mean, they were either trying to move me on or trying to break into the van. Either way, not pleasant. I think that if I'd heard them coming in more, I've got a metal pole here. I could have just got out and not done anything. I'm not moving. I'm probably not going to sleep now though.
He realized that the noises were not just knocking, someone was actively trying to handle and open the van doors. His heart was pounded as he was forced to choose between confronting the intruders or staying safe inside. He speculated the intentions were either for someone to move me on or trying to break into the van. The experience was instantly stressful. He considered grabbing the metal pole he kept in the van, but ultimately decided to stay put and wait for them to leave. He admitted that the shock of the event meant he would likely not be sleeping for the rest of the night. The next morning, the host was relieved but still reflective.
That knock last night could have been a number of things. It could have simply been somebody trying to break into the van. It does look like a builder's van kind of from the outside, so they might have been trying to break in and get some tools, but then if that was the case, then they probably wouldn't have just tried the doors. I tried to be really stealthy and not let anyone know that I was staying in it, but you know, maybe it's the roof deck that gives me away now. But I'm not getting rid of the roof deck because mornings like this are just fantastic. So that is the van all packed up. I've got to make this point that there's nothing wrong with stealth camping, staying in your van at the side of the road, as long as you don't leave any litter. The whole reason why I tipped away all that water that I used for the pasta last night down the toilet is because I didn't want to leave any sort of trace that I'd been camping here, because it's things like that that give like these sorts of activities a really bad name. So if you're going to take anything from this video and you're planning on camping in your van at the side of the road or anything like that, just take this one thing away. When you've packed up and you're ready to go, just make sure that the parking space that you're in is as clean, if not cleaner, than when you arrived. Leave no trace.
He noticed other campers had been less discreet, with pop tops up and everything, indicating that camping was generally tolerated there. He speculated on the motive of the intruders. They thought the van was empty. It looks like a builder's van, and they were trying to break in for tools. It could have simply been someone trying to move me on, who got too aggressive. Regardless of the motive, the scary encounter highlighted the reality that stealth camping can go wrong, even when precautions are taken. Despite the fright, he packed up his van, ensured the area was clean, and continued his journey, but not before acknowledging the intense fear he felt. Before we go any further, I just want to ask you for a small favor. If you're enjoying the video so far, please give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. We are pushing to hit 200,000 subscribers before the year ends. It feels impossible, but I know we can achieve it together because your support has been unreal. I know you'll subscribe, so without wasting more time, let's get back to the video. The channel Dundee Hikes chronicles the adventures and experiences of a long-distance hiker. With this particular video documenting a section of the PCT, the content typically focuses on the realities of through hiking, including trail logistics, the beauty of nature, and the unexpected encounters that occur far from civilization. The host had started this day after breaking camp at Islip Saddle and was planning a small road walk before rejoining the main trail. On June 6, 2025, the day was meant to be routine, covering miles on a vast trail. However, as the host approached the Javis Memorial Picnic Ground, his attention was caught by a single car parked in the lot.
All right, so it's been a couple days since this incident happened, and I thought I would try to give you a more coherent account of what happened than just the videos show. And I'll show you the videos after I finish talking. There's nothing graphic in there, so no need to worry about that. So anyway, I broke camp at Islip Saddle that morning, and I decided to do like a mile more of road walk before joining the PCT again. And as I approached the Javis Memorial Picnic Ground, I noticed there was a single car in the parking lot, and it was backed up to the edge. But what really caught my attention was that the back tires were way up on the embankment. So that caused me to walk over and take a closer look. And that's when I noticed the rope that was tied to the back and disappearing over the edge. And I really didn't even think anything about it at that moment. I pulled out my camera and I took a little video, something like, "Hey, look at this. This is weird. I guess I'll never know what was going on here." And I started to walk away.
The car was backed up oddly against an embankment, with its rear tires up high. This bizarre sight was enough to spark the hiker's curiosity, setting the stage for an immediate and profoundly disturbing discovery. The host was drawn to the strangely parked car at the edge of the lot. Upon closer inspection, he noticed a rope tied to the back of the car and disappearing over the embankment. Initially, the host didn't realize the severity of the scene, even filming a short clip and stating, "I guess I'll never know what was going on here," before starting to walk away. His curiosity got the better of him, leading him to drop his pack, grab the rope, and shuffle down the embankment. This is when the horrifying reality set in.
And then my curiosity got the better of me, so I dropped my pack and I grabbed the rope and shuffled down to the edge. And that's when I saw the guy with the rope tied around his neck. I didn't really spend a lot of time gawking at him. I didn't take any pictures. I kind of stupidly shouted hello a few times, like he's gonna open his eyes and say "just kidding" or something. But then I hustled back up to the parking lot and tried to figure out what I was gonna do, because I had no service at all. So I did have service at Islip, back half mile or so. So I started walking back that way, and I texted Miss Lori on the inReach and told her what I'd found, and she immediately, called the sheriff's department. And by the time I got up to Islip, they had contacted me up there, and I gave a quick statement, and they asked me to hang out there and where the service was. And I did for a little while until I saw like the rescue chopper circle the area, and then I thought they had landed, so I decided to walk back down there. And I had talked to the chopper crew a little bit, but the thing is that when I gave the statement over the phone, because I told the police that I thought it looked like he had a gunshot wound as well, because he had a shaved head and he had a spot right on the top of his head, with a bunch of dried blood coming down it. So, my thought was gunshot wound, as well as the hanging.
A rescue helicopter was circling the area. The host gave a statement, mentioning a spot on the man's head that appeared to be a gunshot wound, with dried blood. The possible gunshot wound led to a major escalation. He was first told he was good to go, but a sergeant quickly stopped him, asking him to stay until homicide detectives arrived to confirm it wasn't a murder. This held him on the scene for 5 hours. During this time, he learned the car had been there for 6 or 7 days. Eventually, crime scene investigators determined that the blood was likely from hitting his head on a rock. It was a suicide, not a homicide. After the long wait, the host was finally free to go. The traumatic event had drained him, and he decided to stop filming for the day. He hiked about 10 more miles, set up camp early, and reflected on the strange mix of trauma and relief that he was the one who found him, ensuring the man was not just still hanging out there. What do you make of this encounter? The channel Dan's Van Life documents the solo adventures of Dan, a full-time traveler who lives and works out of his high-roof Ford Transit van. His content focuses heavily on the technical aspects of van conversion, as well as the realities of life on the road with his dog, Cassie. Before this trip, Dan had taken a 6-month break from traveling to recover from shoulder surgery and perform massive modifications to his van's electrical and plumbing systems, including adding a water heater and tripling his power capacity. After months of work, he was anxious and excited to hit the road, heading west toward Colorado. On May 25, 2021, the journey started with minor annoyances, a long wait for an oil change at Walmart, where he found evidence of unauthorized personnel in the back of his living space.
I did find one drawer unlocked that I left locked in the van, and there was some boot prints in the back of the van, like the guys were messing around inside the van. Kind of weird. There's no reason to come back in the living space for any reason at all doing an oil change. I don't see anything missing, and I don't care. They're probably just checking it out. I do have the dash cam plugged in. It looks like maybe it was recording the whole time, so hopefully I can get that footage and put it in right now. There might be some really funny responses about the racing sim being in the passenger seat, but I'm gonna eat this burrito and then we're gonna hit the road. It's always fun eating at Mexican restaurants as I travel. Mexican food can vary so much from restaurant to restaurant, and especially state to state. I was trying to wait to get some Santiago's in Sterling, Colorado, but I caved when I saw this place near the Petco. Eating this mid-Iowa burrito not only has me more excited for Colorado for the burrito, but also has me thinking about camping in the mountains and how much I can't wait to have a good view.
However, the real nightmare began on his second night back on the road, where a peaceful stop in Nebraska quickly descended into a chaotic and terrifying series of events, involving a nature-related infestation and an alarming human encounter. After a full day of driving, Dan and Cassie pulled into an appealing spot in Nebraska with a nice walking trail. Deciding to take a buffer day to relax, Dan spent the afternoon live streaming and walking by the lake. The night took a sharp turn for the worse when he came back to make dinner and found a tick on himself, followed quickly by finding several more on himself, and then about 5 off of me. The realization of the scope of the problem hit him. The immediate chaos resulted in him burning the French fries in the oven, taking a cold, humbling sink shower, and giving Cassie a waterless bath with anti-tick spray. He realized the severity of the situation, joking that Nebraska came around to bite me in the ass. Just when Dan thought his night couldn't get any worse, he was in bed, trying to sleep in a tick-filled bed. As he started to doze off, he heard strange noises coming from behind the van.
What's going on, bud?
So I just woke up to the noise of something rutting around outside the van. I don't know if it was somebody fucking with the back door handle or if it was just somebody bumping against the van. But we are parked somewhere that there should be no one near the van. And then I heard a loud belch. I got up and grabbed my safety device, and I haven't heard anything since.
And that's when I realized somebody's trying to break into the van. I can hear somebody tugging on the door handle, and I am out in the middle of nowhere. And by this point in the day, I'm just irritated that my night's sleep is now going to be completely ruined, not only by the bed bugs and ticks, but by some Jimmy trying to break into the van. Normal person probably would have got up and drove to a new parking spot at that time, but I just truly had not one fuck left to give. So we tried to go back to sleep.
I cannot sleep. Cassie's being antsy. I swear to God, there's bugs in the bed. I feel like they're everywhere. It's crazy. The dog's gonna act like she needs to go outside to go to the bathroom, but we can't go out there because there's fucking ticks everywhere. Come on, Cass. Good girl. What you want tonight?
The encounter escalated when he clearly heard a loud belch, followed by the sound of someone tugging on the door handle, trying to break in. Despite being in the middle of nowhere and the shock of the attempted break-in, Dan was so irritated by the day's events that he reacted with sheer exhaustion. The next morning, Dan found more ticks on Cassie, forcing him to immediately take her to the vet, which was an unexpected and costly expense.
The next morning I wake up and find more ticks on Cassie, so we go straight to the vet to get her taken care of and make sure everything is safe, because ticks can be kind of serious. Which I was bummed to spend a couple $100 at the vet, but little do I know I'm going to be spending 10 times that in a couple days down the road when Cassie has to stay overnight at the vet for a couple of nights. Be sure to check out her next video to see what happens there.
Some cool Midwest art. It's a clock.
What a night, man. From the ticks all over to the fucking someone. I gotta shave this off, one sec. so I had to shave my beard. I tried to leave the mustache because I thought I'd look cool with what seems like an absolute nightmare of a second night in the van, and the universe is trying to make us fail at every point that it can. Me and Cassie stay positive and be happy that the van is running well and that we still have the opportunity to get on the road and head to Colorado, and that's just what we do. Yeah, from getting ticks all over to then having somebody fiddle fucking with the back door and now a $100 vet visit, we're off to a little bit of a rough start.
The second night back on the road, with the combination of the infestation and the midnight intrusion, was declared an absolute nightmare that the universe seemed to be throwing at him, but which he and Cassie were determined to overcome. What would you have done in this scenario? The channel Paranormal Discovery is dedicated to investigating some of the most haunted and allegedly cursed locations, with a focus on capturing evidence of the supernatural. The host, Omar, often investigates with his crew, including Mo and Rennie, and has previously explored the Blair Witch House. Omar believes that spiritual protection is necessary before entering these places, and often suspects he is dealing with evil entities or open portals that allow spirits to cross over. The goal for this trip, driven by viewer requests, was to go beyond a simple investigation and actually camp overnight in the forest directly behind the notorious Blair Witch House. This was especially difficult for the crew member Rennie, who is described as a very sensitive person and easily frightened by paranormal activity. They went in expecting either animal activity or something supernatural, but the encounter that followed would be a psychological nightmare, designed to make them lose their mind. The encounter began with a genuine disturbance, when the crew heard screaming from the house, which sounded distressingly like a female screaming.
Alright fam, so if you are a member, you'll know that we had to actually fish for our food. We didn't catch any fish. We actually ended up eating a steak. I brought hot dogs just for like last case resort. And turns out we actually had to make a steak because the quarry doesn't have any.
Hey,
there's a...
Hey, I heard that.
What?
I heard like a scream. Who was that? Was that you? From the house. I heard that too. That came from the house. Did you guys hear it?
No, I didn't hear that.
It was like a female screaming. You were like busy talking over there. I was
You heard it. You heard it. The female scream.
I heard it screaming.
I went back to get more rocks for the fireplace and I heard it. A scream from the house.
It didn't sound like a female screaming.
Like what?
Like, I don't know.
Like a scream for help.
Like a scream for help. Oh,
Let's go.
oh my god.
Like actually a girl screaming over there. You see anyone's lights out there?
No, that's the thing. So I just heard it and I came back right here.
Oh my god.
And I hear like a scream up in the distance.
I really hope no one's hurt.
I heard that one again.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Dude, there's someone screaming over there. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta stop for a second. So there's someone screaming over there. I'm not even joking.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
It's squirming.
Yeah. I think it's just cold.
I thought it was dead.
Yeah. I almost stepped on it actually. There he goes.
Oh yeah. I think it's just lost. Alright little man.
Check this out guys. I found a snake. It's so tiny. Yo, it's like tickling me.
What kind of snake is it? Garden snake?
Probably a garden snake. It's like jumping up all around.
Rennie's panic. While inside the house, Rennie was the first to experience a breakdown, running out and claiming, "I swear to God, a little girl just ran at me." He claimed she physically touched me and that he saw a second figure behind her. The figures. As Rennie fled, Omar and Mo saw what they believed was a figure running off toward the campsite. Later, Rennie would bizarrely claim he was at the campsite the entire time, creating a Twilight Zone effect of confusion about who or what they actually saw. The phenomena became physically aggressive once Omar and Mo were alone inside the house.
Let's go down those stairs over there.
Start going down. Yo, Rennie. I don't know if he's in the house,
I
man.
might have run back to the campsite, to be honest.
Yo, whoa, whoa.
What was that?
Dude, what the
got thrown at me. Oh, it's got nails in it. It's got nails in it. That just got thrown at me.
Did that fall or was that thrown?
Where the f would that fall from?
Is there someone
What
up
is
there?
that? Grab it. What is that?
Who's up there?
Grab it. Ah. nail and hit the back of my leg.
Hey, I'm
What is
scared.
that? Bring it to me.
I think it just fell.
It
Honestly.
got thrown at my leg. It's impossible for that to fall. Where did it come from? Look, it's one of those moldings. Look,
Whoa.
that's missing a molding. That got thrown out of there. All the way up there. I can't even reach that. All the way up there. That just got thrown at me, dude. It's got nails in it. Holy it hit me right in the leg.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good, but that scared the shit out of me. It was like a big shock.
Okay, yo, this is too much. I'm actually getting freaked out.
Scaring Rennie, there's something throwing stuff at us in here.
I'm not even joking, guys.
Oh, that took me by surprise, man. Fuck. Oh,
Bug. Dude, I get a weird freaking feeling around me. What is this? What kind of bug is that?
Something that doesn't like you.
Okay, do you feel like a weird presence in here? This is different than the last time we came in.
Well, the fact that Rennie said he was chased by a little girl. And
Is Rennie sensitive to this?
We heard a female scream.
Yeah, I mean, you guys heard. I didn't hear that. That was weird. Like, and that's the thing. Last time, did you notice that your ears heard stuff that I didn't, and vice versa?
Yeah, Rennie is sensitive. By
weird.
the way, that's why he doesn't really do haunted stuff with me. He gets really scared sometimes.
Like,
the only reason why
really?
he came today is because when we're just going to be camping, which
Yeah.
obviously is not true.
Holy crap, man!
While descending the stairs, a piece of wood with nails in it was violently thrown at Omar's calf, confirming it did not fall naturally. Physical contact. The assault continued when Omar felt something grab his right shoulder, causing him to flinch and almost drop his camera. Technological failure. As Omar went upstairs to investigate persistent noise, his light suddenly just turned off. Simultaneously, Mo's camera light also died, despite both having brand new batteries, confirming that the entity had supernatural powers to drain their equipment. The final act occurred at the campsite, solidifying the emotional trauma.
Yeah,
Oh, this dust just reminds me of like a horror movie.
I
You know when
know.
they throw something and they just start telling stories and things happen. So look, it's actually igniting right away.
No. What?
You guys are f***ing with me. What do you mean?
What
You
do
guys are f***ing with
You
me.
didn't do anything.
What?
Why?
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
You! Why the f*** did you
I didn't
leave
do
this in my
anything.
tent?
Huh?
Why the f*** did you leave this in my tent?
Leave what in your tent? I honest to God did not mess with
No,
your
you,
tent.
Omar, are you f***ing with me?
No, I didn't do anything.
What the f is that?
Yeah, exactly. What the f*** is that?
It's a head. Omar, you know what that is? The newspaper in the basement.
Wait,
Dude, what the?
We found a newspaper. I'm gonna put a replay of that. We found a newspaper in the basement of a kid holding a strange.
Why didn't you tell me that?
Well, I didn't think it was relevant. It was just a newspaper of a kid
Here,
holding
take
a
this.
strange
I
head.
think is there someone that lives on the property that could possibly be doing this?
No, impossible.
Like, wait.
Impossible.
Okay,
This is
just
why they say these
hang on, guys. Okay,
This is why they say these places.
okay, off camera. Did one of you guys, when you guys were inside there and I was outside, did one of you guys sneak around
Nope,
and
we
plant that in my tent?
No, like we honestly didn't do
What the hell
anything.
is this? Look at what.
Dude, that's freaking me
was
out.
what
That's
was in the
freaking me
newspaper?
out.
I don't remember.
There was a girl at the bottom. I don't know if it was a
was a girl
boy
in the
or a
paper,
girl.
yeah.
I don't know if it was a boy or girl holding
the
that though.
person holding the doll head was a boy.
But there was a girl on the newspaper as well.
So that means there's two.
Because it was that 1970s look. You don't know if it's a boy or a girl. I don't know.
Is that in my tent?
Okay,
Why is that in my tent?
Dude, that could mean there's two demons or spirits emulating kids.
God, I'm not even joking, guys. I didn't do a single thing. Are you playing, dude? Like,
Anyways.
The doll head. Rennie started screaming upon finding a doll's head that had been planted inside his tent. The crew recognized the prop from an old newspaper they had seen in the house's basement. Final breakdown. This act proved the entity could follow them, enter their personal space, and manipulate their belongings. The finality of the attack led Omar to demand they leave, saying, "We're not camping here tonight. We're going home. I think we should cut out. This is actually scaring me." The crew member, Mo, later confessed to seeing the figure of the little girl in the window as they were running away. What do you make of this encounter? The channel Haunted Finders focuses on confronting aggressive paranormal entities in locations known for dark history and violent deaths. The hosts, Tom, David, and Kev, often use technology like EMF meters and the Spirit Talker app to communicate directly with spirits. This particular forest holds a dark reputation for the crew, as it's the site where they had previously been chased out by horrible growls, and it is linked to a chilling 1800s murder. The victim was a young girl named Elizabeth Shepherd, who was killed and strangled. The murderer was eventually identified as Charles Rotherham. Tonight, they return to face whatever something evil still resides in the woods. During the initial communication phase, the spirit quickly established its presence and gave details suggesting a malevolent entity. The Spirit Talker app immediately offered relevant, distressing phrases.
But yeah, as I said, this is
hard to let go.
It's hard to let go. That's interesting when you're talking about the murder.
Yeah, it is hard to just stop thinking about it, isn't it? So probably that's what I need.
If there's anybody here with us tonight that would like to come and talk.
My life was short.
My life was short, that makes sense. Oh, she was only 18.
Yeah,
She was 18.
Yeah. Wow.
She 18.
She was only 18, yeah.
Yeah.
This could be Elizabeth.
You want to speak to us, Elizabeth? Don't be alone. Just talk to us.
I'm Tom.
I'm David.
And I'm Kev. We've heard a lot about your story, and people still talk about it to this day.
That's right.
If you're here, Elizabeth, come and talk to us. Or come and show us you're here.
I'm not going to harm you. You're safe.
The most shocking display was the intelligent movement of energy across the group's multiple EMF meters, confirming an intelligent and playful presence. The spirit demonstrated it could be commanded. When Tom told the spirit to stop the lights on David's meter and go to Kev's, the EMF spike on David's device immediately dropped to flat and went crazy on Kev's.
You've got nothing on there. Yours is going...
Alright, let's see what we can do. An experiment here. You go over to Kevin's and make it go to red.
Stop the lights.
Stop the lights and come over to me.
Stop the lights. Stop it.
Stop the lights and come over to me and do my lights.
The spirit also gave up its name. The word Charles came through the spirit talker. Tom recognized the name as significant and quickly searched for the murder details on his phone, confirming that Charles Rotherham was the killer of Elizabeth Shepherd. Once the spirit's identity as Charles the Killer was exposed, the activity immediately halted. The EMF meters on all devices went completely flat, and the intelligent communication stopped, suggesting the entity was shamed or annoyed. However, the killer had one last powerful outburst. After a moment of silence, the spirit box suddenly blared the words, "Get out, get out." The spirit then approached the recorder one last time, with the sound of footsteps walking up to the device before simply whispering out, confirming its desire for them to leave its forest.
Get out.
Get out.
Get out. That's him.
It's gotta be.
He's come back.
No, don't play games with us.
You don't like us being here, do you? Trying to out you for what you did.
We know who you are now.
You're Mr. Nasty, aren't you? No. Not gonna scare us.
Were you speaking then?
No. Did you hear that?
I heard
Was you
that.
speaking
I heard
then?
that.
Yeah.
What was that? What was
that?
That was a voice.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That was a voice then.
Yeah.
Right, Charles. I want to talk to you man to man.
Whoa.
Stop the lights. Because I want to speak to you.
What do you make of this encounter? The channel Exploring with Angelo is run by the host, Angelo, who focuses on deep dives into extreme and allegedly haunted locations. His His investigations are often multi-day excursions to capture hard evidence of the paranormal. For this particular episode, Angelo and his friend, Frank, embarked on a 48-hour challenge to camp in haunted woods notorious for making people lose their mind. On October 14, 2025, Angelo notes that the location and the entities present seem to conspire against them, causing a series of unnatural technical malfunctions, where essential gear, like the stove, generator, and chainsaw, inexplicably begins to fail. By the second night, the host is convinced this place is just messing with our brains, and that he and Frank are being hunted and boxed in by something non-human. The first night was marked by escalating visual and auditory disturbances that defied logic. Blackout shadow.
Yeah, footsteps.
Ruination.
What the f was that? I was gonna say I'd look out the window, but there isn't one.
How come we don't hear anything else?
Don't know. Well, whatever that was loud.
That was a little
And right behind us.
too close for comfort.
What was that?
What did it say?
It said ruination.
What does that even mean?
Cupboard.
I don't know, something about a cupboard apparently. So they're ruining the cupboard? Okay, I've had enough of that.
Yeah, it's just nonsense.
It was weird. It kind of sounded like somebody was almost walking back there.
I just heard a footstep here.
Yeah, but I also saw for a second, because I can kind of see the campfire out there, and it looked like somebody walked in front of it. Like it got blacked out.
While sitting in the tent, Angelo saw a shadow that looked like somebody walked in front of it, briefly blacking out the campfire's light outside the tent. The peeking head. While investigating outside, Angelo saw something literally right there, describing it as a shadowy, almost alien-like figure with a really long neck that peeked up and then went back down. Non-human movement. They repeatedly heard heavy noises, including unexplained thumping, and the distinct sound of something sneakingly ran through the brush, leading Angelo to believe it was a non-animal weird creature. The climax of the experience was a terrifying visual encounter that resulted in the host injuring himself. The sighting, while walking alone, Angelo saw a massive figure close to the river.
I keep hearing some like crackles and stuff out there. It can really like start to weigh in on your mind, especially.
Yo! Holy shit. Hold on, guys. Ange? What the fuck? Ugh. Oh shit, I almost fell. Yo! Yo! What's wrong? What happened?
Dude, it was over there.
What?
It's like, it came at me. I f***ing saw it.
Like the thing I seen?
Yeah.
What'd you do? You fell?
I dropped the light, running, couldn't f***ing see.
And big log.
And me onto other log.
Oh, fudge. Scared the shice out of me. I mean, I'm kind of thankful it's not the bear.
I'll take the bear at this point. I don't know what the fuck that thing was. Dude, it was legit.
He described it as maybe 80 feet tall and said it dropped down and then moved with unnatural speed. The escape terrified. Angelo screamed. I dropped the light running, causing him to trip over a log and injure his knee. The aftermath. Frank found Angelo distressed and injured, who explained he was done, toast. Frank later confirmed he had also heard footsteps and crackling around the tent just prior to Angelo's encounter. Late on the final night, while alone, the host had a disturbing visual encounter that questioned his sanity. The sighting, Angelo was unnerved by the extreme silence, too quiet, before he saw something dark move across the road. Moments later, he saw a creature, literally just there, that was hunched over and didn't look human. The psychological attack, the most unsettling detail, was that the figure had no color to the eyes. When Angelo checked his camera, he realized he could not see the figure in the footage. I checked the footage, and I didn't see anything, but I saw it with my own eyes. This physical experience, combined with the lack of video evidence, convinced Angelo he was truly losing his mind. What would you have done in this scenario?